Yes. Ah, welcome back. I forgot. I did hit go. All right, SD card battery. It's off. Very well. All right, a quick update. This isn't really the culprit, but this was ordered just to be safe, to potentially avoid a problem in the future. As long as it's the right cable, it should be. It should be a 30 pin, not a 40 pin. Let's switch our camera and swing it into. What's goofy with that? What is goofy is that I set my own ISO. What about if we do that? Perfect. Now let's get our display cable out and take a look at this quick. Always fun opening these. Alright, good enough. Let's do it. Let's crack into it. This look, what's this? A little note? Please do not remove any stickers or. Actually, we've got to flip off autofocus. I apologize. Can it grab that? Let's check that out. Please do not remove any stickers or taggers in case of any return. Taggers? Tigers? I know what they mean. Stickers or tags, but taggers? Awesome. I like taggers. Taggers are always fun. Looking at this, let's see. It looks like it is definitely a little 30 pin connector. Alright, that being said, let's get this one started. And perhaps with a few remaining minutes, we always gotta go to the mat. The trusty little black mat. With any remaining moments, perhaps we will go. I want to open up this Lenovo IdeaPad 330, I believe. We got its number. It's right here behind us. So we will get into that as well. Took out 2. Was there a number 3 missing? There, we have 1 extra there. That should work. It'll do the job. And again, this is the same HP 15 AC that had the liquid damage to. It went right in the fan exhaust, the hot air exhaust port, or the fan exhaust where it comes out. Liquid went in and got blown around a little, shorted something on the motherboard, and then also the wrap, this wrap on the, what do I want to call it, on the cabling, it got a little rusted, started to rot slightly, so don't really want to take any chances with it and possibly the cable if the insulation. So I don't know, you know how long it sat wet in there. I mean, guessing the water didn't stay in there very long, but it did leave quite the corrosion mark where the water set. So we're going to swap out the display cable also. It got hit in the crossfire, so We're not leaving a chance for it to be weakened and break, or be weakened by the water or the effects of the rust and also break that way. So we'll swap this out quick and move on to the Lenovo, and then we're getting out of here. We're going to use some of this daylight, some of the daylight today. Looks good. We got them all? Yes, we did. Let's go ahead. We're going to crack into this to open it. And is this one that pops off the bottom? I think it is. I always have trouble remembering even the most recent ones. Okay, so this is our display cable. We had a huge pile of rust. You can still see a little bit there where I did attempt to clean some stuff. Let's go ahead and work on getting this one out. We don't want to leave this one in case it ends up that anything did. And this was the one that was pinched the most in where this little arm or little bracket that extends out to hold the cabling is the one that was pinched the most. So not taking any chances. We're just going to replace it for this customer. And that will set this up. We need to crack into the bezel. Most of these HP 15 computers, very simple to open the bezel. If there's not two screws hidden down here or under the little plastic trim pieces with the double-sided adhesive on them, you don't have to worry about screws. Most of them you can just get into it somewhere along the top. Use a little bit of pressure and a fingernail. I wouldn't recommend any pry tools. You don't want to get into breaking the screen or scratching the circuit board for the webcam. But once you get it, just work your thumb around the inside of the bezel while pulling out a little, and it will crack it loose. Fairly easy to open. There we go. Printing up the screen with the gloves. And then there will be 4 screws. Funny, I don't think the camera goes, it doesn't go any higher. Remove the 4 screws holding the display in. Pull it out, unplug, and then we can route our cable before we get back to buttoning any of this up. We're going to plug it in and give it a test. Set our display to the side. This cable is routed under this metal foil sticker, so you will need to lift that up. And then you have to undo the hinge on this side. You need to pull, it's the few screws that hold the hinge and the top lid together. There may be this third one here. This hinge screw possibly holds it in as well. Does it? Oh yes, that moves much easier now. Let's go ahead and get this apart and get our cable out. And oh, we got to do the webcam wire as well. Guess I forgot about that aspect. All right. Webcam wire should be fairly easy. You can have a little piece of adhesive. Let's zoom it back out. Little piece of adhesive at the top here. If it's never been opened up or worked on before, you will likely have this. that, and then you should be able to unplug it. You will have a few stickers in your way. You know, the one with the copper sticker with the Wi-Fi antenna. You can just roll that down, fold this down, and then you got this black tape here. And again, this is a 15 AC model laptop. This part would hold true. The motherboard is an upgraded motherboard. It went from like a Pentium, Intel Celeron or Pentium lower end Intel processor, and was upgraded to an i5, 5th gen, I believe, or i3, i5, I can't remember. In Intel Core i5 5200U, so 5th gen. Attempting repairs. I hope you repair yourself. A little Dell. This is a Dell over here that's having a not such a good week. Somebody abused this little Dell and they hurt it. Here is our top lid. Do we have more tape? And we do. You know what? Let's take it all the way apart just to save time, effort, and we should be able to route the cable just fine. Right. Let's move that part out of our way for now. And take a look. Okay, so not so much stuck in, but we're going to need to emulate this. So we're going to go ahead and bend our cable up in a similar manner and start routing it and test it. It looks to be would go like that, and we can bend that. That will go up. It looks to be the same thing, just for reference. Let's check our part number. Check. LH50 ADP. It may not be the same cable. The revision is slightly different. Let's test it. We're going to test it quick before we get into it and see. Different sticker, different revision. But was pulled up using the same part number. So let's see how far off is it. Let's stand our computer up and go for connecting. Alright, that part is connected. That was easy enough. Virtually no headache. Now we will try, we'll connect to the actual panel, LCD. The LED panel, I said LCD. That old technology. Who wants it? Not me, not in 2019. Alright, 30 pin matches up. Now, does the pinout work? That's what I want to know. I'm going to throw this here. And stand this up out of our way. We don't want the fan being caught on something. We'll just hold the display and we're going to turn it on quick. And let's see what the verdict is. Well, we got a little bit and we have a Windows logo. Everything's looking good. So despite being a different sticker and a different revision number, user is logging in. User can now see a computer. So let's work on shutting this one down. Then we'll put it back together. When parts match identically, it's even then, when you have an identical sticker, identical revision number, you can't even be too sure then, because sometimes stuff just, it's either defective or labeled wrong, and sometimes it does work, sometimes it don't. But especially when you have a different revision number, a slightly different part number, some of that stuff, yeah, definitely check it out. Are we off? Is the fan spinning done? Fan spin. No more. All right, let's work on routing this through. The lid, and then we'll do the rest through to the bottom. Where is our old one? All right, we know this took a little bend right around this part and went under here. Let's attempt to do that. That should fall right in this area where the brake is here. It'll fall in that area, that's where it plugs in. It can be a little room, but you don't want a lot. And you don't want it in the wrong spot. Where is part of it? We're going to go ahead and bend it using the adhesive. And route our webcam and Wi-Fi wire up through this mess. This is going to be fun. I hate running these things. Alright, so we got a sticker here. Same sticker that we fought at the top. We'll go ahead, plug it in, stick this in place, and then start routing the cable from the top down. What exactly is going on with you little webcam cable? Alright, nothing. Nothing. It just didn't want to go in. But it's in. Alright. Since that was such a nuisance, let's make sure it's plugged in. We'll take a closer look here. Indeed it is. We have it plugged in. We're going to tuck that in. And let's work this cable out now. It does go through like this little weird shape here and then runs across under the black sticker. I don't think I showed any of this before, so we'll go ahead and do that now. It's routed through there and then across. It's just fairly simple routing these cables. Don't doubt yourself when doing it. Just if you see somewhere it's potentially going to pinch, route it differently. Alright. Now that that's there, let's get our adhesive backing off of this. Is it pulling at all or just the adhesive? And we will pull that and put it at that nice little angle that the other one sat at. So far so good. We need to lift our Wi-Fi antenna again. And then the webcam wire went behind that. And then we got to work down the edge after we get through the corner. Really what it did? I don't see it doing that. But okay. We're going to take a fast look at the LCD, or the bezel, because potentially both of these could sit in either side, or both could run up. Let's determine where the snaps are and what they snap into. Okay, so every snap that is of any substance that's going to grab anything where would it go? going to be all these little outside loops that you can't see any bit of it. All of these outer loops is where they'll clip in. We're going to keep the wire to the inside. I see that it actually has a spot out here, but I'm almost 100% certain that does not go there, but why not? Let's check it out. See what it looks like. That's why you don't just tear stuff apart. Don't follow me off the cliff. How dare you? It's my cliff to go down. So they do have a way up here to route some wires, but I would not say that's insanity to try and run that there. That seems like it's going to be in the way of every little clip ever. But let's see. Let's see. They have grooves for the wire. The thing that I am questioning is why, if this is the case, did the wire not have a bunch of bends in it already that match up? It's just a nice straight shot. Was it installed improperly in the first place? Or did these grooves not matter at all? Because that is holding it in. And fantastic job at doing it too. Get out of the way, little wire. We'll see. We'll see if it, when we get to the bottom, if it lines up. It seems as though it actually is going to. It's going to go through where it went right through before. Yeah, I don't see it. I'm sorry. I think there's more room internally in here, but if we must, we'll try it. If anything, only to prove ourselves wrong and no one else in this matter. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's got to be 100% wrong in this instance. There's no way to get that wire in there. I understand they could route it up through. But then where's the part that bent out around and bent around here and went to the Wi-Fi card? Man, no, that's dead wrong. Let's the other way. I like it, but I don't. We're going to bundle up both of these together. And then run them down the edge here to see where they end up. Again, the one probably legit goes out there. I'm sorry, I'm not seeing it. this wire fits in place there where we tried the Wi-Fi antenna wire at first, so. I don't know, I'm battling a crazy wire right now. I don't think we're gonna have time. Let's unstick it and let it do its thing, get out of the way. Yeah, I don't think we'll have time for the IdeaPad 3, blah da da, whatever it is. 330? Yeah, I wanted to. Believe me, I wanted to. It's all about it. All right, we're going to stick that there to leave the one that goes to the computer down, and then we'll fold this one around the little bend here, sticking the adhesive down. And I think that should about do it. Like, literally, we can just stick that there and put this down over it. Got one, and then we have the Wi-Fi wire, which, if I'm not mistaken, yes, all those little grooves, it does sit there and does get clipped in with all the little clips. Let's attempt to put this back and pull it somewhat taut on the way down, making sure to not leave any slack on a little journey down the edge of this bezel, or this top lid. Feels so wrong, let me tell you. So wrong. Yeah, I'm calling BS on that one. No way does that go there. However, I'm not gonna argue with it. Our wire is there. It's down there. It's down there. It looks great. Admit it. That one goes to the display. This one will come down through. Then we need to see which side of the board they have to come in on, going by how they match with the hinge. When you don't take pictures or take notes of these things ahead of time, and you're stuck doing battle. We know that one goes under and then feeds down out. Going by our evidence, we gotta sandwich these behind the LCD connect, or yeah, the hinge, and right here between the bottom part of the hinge, and then this will go out, and that can go out. All right, let's put our hinge covers under and try and mount this top. Probably gonna end up doing battle with this a little bit, but that's fine. Why not get trolled by some electronics? End of the day, it's understandable. One down, one to go. And this is going to be the nuisance. You watch it. Making predictions. Alright, that's where everything comes through. Get out of the way of my hinge. Then we will need to fasten this down. Let's get the top, and then we'll work on tucking the wires and stuff in. always a spot where they crisscross. It makes no sense. It's like the biggest fight to get them to stay. Here's the deal. Whether that goes out there or not, we are running it down the edge of said display. Right down the display hinge. Right down the edge of it to avoid any further conflict. And we'll tuck it in through there right as soon as we get that far. But I like the route hidden right beside with the LCD cable. There's plenty of tabs to tuck it in there. That's kind of where they both came out of, was this general area, so. Alright, moving on, taking way longer than I thought it would. Just a simple cable, right? Of course. Of course, of course. And take an eternity. Get in there. And another one, another one, another one. Another problem when trying to route it down that outside edge, even though it really genuinely looks like it. I'm sorry, but I just didn't see it. It looks like it, but it just wouldn't fit. So I took the easy way out right here, right beside where this one runs. When you get to here, I was running out of room for it to go through the spot in the hinge where it actually goes through. Like beside the hinge and in the top lid plastic, there was a spot where it went through. Literally could not get the wire through. There's just no way, no how not having it. Unacceptable. But now it will definitely go. There's enough length left on the wire without routing it all this extra and taking all the extra little folds. So I'm pretty confident it's in the right spot now. I'm probably 100% wrong. Told you before, don't fall for it. Especially when somebody's lying, don't walk off that cliff with them. Don't you dare walk off that cliff. Take you there every time. Alright, now that we have something attached, not entirely, nothing's being pinched. Alright, we can start. Oh my goodness, I did not believe that would focus that cliff. Okay, we learned something new today. Let's get our wires in there, and then we'll have room to put this where it actually goes, I do believe. Oh yeah, that's going to go right through. Awesome. Alright, going to take and give a little press on this thing with the hand and get it through there. It's actually in there now, and now we're going to feed this We're going to swap places with the Wi-Fi wire and that display cable to have the Wi-Fi wire go underneath that tan and black cable that's right there. And then I think, perhaps we can just do it this way. Pull our display cable out. All right, pull one up, and then we're going to pull this up and tuck the one under. That's what happens when you don't pay attention or get in a hurry. Hurrying is not fun. That's when you make most all mistakes. Again, opinion. Maybe some people can hurry. Me, I can't. When I start hurrying, that's when they can really start messing stuff up. Where is the trim plate for the bezel? So that is going to snap literally on the front, and these will hold the wires down. Right? They clip in. So we have space there. And over here. Alright, and then there they go. There's that little spot. If you want to see it, what I was just doing battle with, we'll get a side view of it. If it will focus again, undoubtedly it's probably not going to. Zoom out a little. Is that better? Yes. It's right here. There's a little slot where you going off of the piece of plastic that is the top case where the keyboard is. Right there, and that's where we're going to start wrapping our wires around, and we need one to go over to the Wi-Fi card, one to the display. We still have a screw or two to put in, and we'll put this display in and snap our bezel back together, and then route the wires on the bottom. We already did the testing, and everything's working there, so hopefully progress. And it's time to go. Alright, let's be brave. What are you? Wow. I don't remember you, but okay. Just because I don't know you don't mean you can come around here and start trouble with me, little metal flap. And we made it. Remember, don't remove any. You don't want to remove stickers and taggers. You need your taggers. Bye bye, little tagger. I think I'll call you 3M. 3M the tagger. Whoa, we got sirens, whistles. These whalers are going somewhere. Around the bend, we got the meat wagon. 2 meat wagons. Woo! Something going on up that way. That way, for sure. There'd be whales over there. That's not what I meant. I meant to put it over here. My life. Oh my. Little HP that wasn't doomed. I knew you could do it. I was a fan from the beginning. The real test. How bad are you going to laugh at me right now? Evidently that bad. I'll call you little HP that couldn't. Something funny about that right there. Let's go. Ooh. Why are you laughing at us now? What did we do? What did we do wrong? Alright, go together. Little snap, snap. Yes, no? Yes. Okay. And the other hinge cover. And this is where we gotta take these wires in and make like that awesome like 180-degree turn. Yeah, we want to break them almost instantly. Like first or second try. After using the computer, just break them, snap them, get them out of the way. Who needs a display? Who needs displays and Wi-Fi? Useless in 2019. Don't believe the hype. Okay, we have them wrapping the bottom. Our bezel is back on there. Now we have to feed these 2 wires back to their location. That one, and then the one for the DC jack. Right, Wi-Fi is fairly easy. It jumps down. Could probably actually go under the fan, but we're not going to get fussy with it. Not today. No time for that wrap. No more monkey business. It's only Tuesday. Alright, then we have this coming over, and we have to stuff it in there. Looks good. We have another tagger to get rid of. We'll call you 3 of them too. I like the name. Dumb putting all that stuff right there. But if I must. What do we do? Do we test this? Do we test it? Or do we totally YOLO this situation? Just screw it back together and never turn on, never test it again. What should we do? What should we do here? No, I think we'll test it. Let's be safe about this. Come on now, people, be reasonable. Reasonable, okay? And power supply. Well, it's getting warm in here. Excuse me, I'm gonna turn the AC on. And put the diverter on it. Now it's gonna sound like crap again, I understand, because it was so quiet for so long. Give them a little quiet, they want more. It's not how it works. Again, let's take a look at this quick. Okay, there we got it. Here's the area where it looked like it was broken through. That looks like a little bit of insulation through there, and this was pinched up, and it was routed through this area and had a lot of rust built up on it. So, do we need to change it? I don't know, but anywhere that it could have, like I said, you can see wire insulation. I don't like that when you can see through the wrap, just to feel safe. And the customer said, okay, I'm not trying to nickel dime there, but LCD cables get a lot of movement from opening and closing the laptop, so felt like it was a safer move to replace it. Let's see what we have. We've got fan spin, something happened, and we should have a happy Windows logo. We do indeed. Kill that light for right now. Alright. Very good. Let's shut this down and put it back together. We're going to go use some of this daylight that's left. Spinning. Another little tidbit of info. I'm putting this stuff back together. If it's just not popping back together fairly easy, chances are something isn't right. I mean, that's a common sense thing, but you know what? All sense isn't common. So we won't pretend that it is. And let's go. Let's get this done and go use the rest of this daylight. We're going to chase some kids around. And I think this, yeah, that completes display cable swap on an HP 15 AC. It's going to be real similar to like an HP 15F, 15 AC. Each of them are slightly different display cables, whether it be a 30 pin, 40 pin, external display port, LVDS, whatever type of connection it is. They will have different connectors, different pinouts too. So watch out for that. When you do get a slightly different revision number like we did in this case, yeah, that was a little scary. I thought for a moment it wasn't going to work. And we was just wasting our time, plain wasting our time tearing this thing down for the day. But we don't need these. Those are broke loose iPhone parts. I knew that we left two out. Those hinge ones under the... I don't like lifting these rubber feet as little as possible to check for screws. But it's time. This is the last button up for this one. It's restored to its previous glory. Little computer, you held in there, you were strong, we made you great again. You're a good patient. It's unlocked, and what is your story? Always give quite a bit of trouble right there. It does snap the lock over, so I'm convinced that it's going as good as can be expected. The little HP that could. We have your connector. We're going to take and put our client's name and phone number back on with the blue painter's tape where it was. And that is that. The little HP that could stand up to the test, getting worked on. Anyhow, thank you for tuning in, checking it out. Have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Certainly it is one of those. If you're into this stuff, share it, get it out there. Teach somebody about it, show them how to do it. If you know somebody that needs it done, give them a hand. If you're the person for that specific job, do some work. It's a hobby. Share it, spread it. Thank you for clicking the link. I appreciate each and every one of you that watches this, and we'll be back. Open hours tomorrow. It's Wednesday. Let's do something fun. See you then.